Next on HBO. What happens when a psychiatrist involved with his patient's sister becomes entangled in murder? Just you wait. Richard Gere and Kim Basinger star in Final Analysis. Next on HBO.
You won't see it in theaters, on the networks, or in your video store.
We're all winners here tonight.
It's the outrageous,
$2.5 billion
inside,
$17 billion.
unbelievable story of the RJR Nabisco takeover.
$20 billion.
Only on HBO. James Garner,
You're not nervous, are you?
Hell no. I always take a leak with my fly closed.
Barbarians at the Gate, the HBO original movie. Premieres Saturday, March 20th.
April 4th, 1968.
I had walked 4 or 5 steps away, and I heard this tremendous noise.
A single bullet.
I said, get over to the motel. Dr. King just got shot.
A monumental question.
The police were coming toward us, saying, where did the shot come from?
Who killed Martin Luther King? 1969. James Earl Ray pleads guilty. 3 days later, he claims he was framed and asks for a trial. April 4th, 1993. James Earl Ray finally will have his day in court.
Did you fire, shoot at, and murder Martin Luther King Jr.?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Ray, have you ever told a lie before?
Guilt or innocence, the trial of James Earl Ray, an unprecedented television event coming in April.
James Earl Ray has been waiting 25 years to talk to you.
And now he will, only on HBO. No one will know the verdict before you do.
The positively true adventures of the alleged Texas cheerleader murdering mom.
The things you do for your kids.
The HBO original movie, coming in April only on HBO.
The HBO original movie, Daybreak. Coming in May.
His name might be Mad Dog, but he's really a nice guy. And it's a case of mistaken identity when a new neighbor moves in. With your box office choices, this is the HBO Weekend Movie Guide.
Mr. Sterling, apart from being a thorn in the side of the white man, you got a regular job?
I hold a PhD in cultural anthropology. I teach, I lecture, I produce and direct. I'm also the author of a Broadway play, now a motion picture.
Amos and Andrew is billed as a social comedy about a successful black writer and a poor white crook who must join forces to overcome the scheming police chief of a New England resort island. Samuel L. Jackson as the playwright Andrew Sterling and Nicolas Cage as the criminal Amos Odell both agree that the film presents some serious racial issues in a funny and poignant way.
You put this issue in a mainstream movie and the whole family goes and they laugh, they have a good time, and they still go home and notice that there is an issue and that at least they're looking at it. And that's the most you can really ask for, I think.
Somehow, somewhere, that positive feeling that we were putting together for this film would have to show somehow, or be heard, or be felt when people saw this film. And I really think it comes through.
Co-starring Dabney Coleman and Michael Lerner, Amos and Andrew is rated PG-13.
There's only 2 ways to do something, only 2. The right way and my way. And they're both the same.
In addition to serving as the co-writer and director, John Turturro also stars as the title character in Mac, a dramatic story about 3 very different brothers who form their own construction company.
It's about people who work with their hands and their minds and their bodies. It's about a guy who wants to comes from a different background, from a European background, and he struggles to have some individual expression in his work.
With an ensemble cast that includes Turturro's wife Catherine Borowitz and Ellen Barkin, Mac is rated R.
Listen, let me tell you, there's a crime scene right down the block. You shoot, though, here. Please, you want the money? Just take it. Go out the back. Did you take it yet?
Did you take it yet? Jesus Christ. Shut up.
Starring Robert De Niro as a shy cop called Mad Dog and Bill Murray as a gangster named Frank Milo, Mad Dog and Glory is a comedy about the unlikely friendship that develops when Mad Dog saves Milo's life. Uma Thurman plays a barmaid named Glory, who is given to Mad Dog temporarily as a gift by the grateful gangster.
Bring it down, Wayne.
I love her.
You love her.
I own her!
Comedian Bill Murray says for him, this was a serious role.
I don't want anybody to laugh at me as if I were Bill Murray and I've been in other comedies or I was on Saturday Night Live or anything. I really tried to become this fellow, Frank Milo. And so if they're laughing at, hopefully they're laughing at Frank Milo, not me.
Mad Dog and Glory is rated R. With your box office choices, this is the HBO Weekend Movie Guide.
Next on HBO. What happens when a psychiatrist involved with his patient's sister becomes entangled in murder? Just you wait. Richard Gere and Kim Basinger star in Final Analysis. Next on HBO.
My friends, praise the Lord.
In the darkest depths of the jungle, there is an innocence that cannot be lost.
You are sinners.
A spirit that cannot be broken.
That's for their own good, Martin.
And a savagery that will not be tamed.
They are different from us. They don't understand. You're leading these people into darkness and corruption.
Why is a white man's nakedness sinful to look upon when a red man's nakedness is not?
These people need to be disciplined.
From the director of Kiss of the Spider Woman.
The Lord made Indians the way they are. Who are you people to make them different?
We came here to bring you the most beautiful story in the world.
Tom Berenger, John Lithgow, Daryl Hannah, Aidan Quinn, and Kathy Bates. At play in the fields of the Lord.
Unrelenting, unforgettable, America Undercover.
Guy sitting there, he turned around, smiled, put out his hand. I shot him twice in the head.
My closest friend tried to kill me, 2 of them. I survived, and I got even.
He knew the kid's father for 40 years. How do you take the guy's kid and kill him and bury him? I mean, I can't do it.
All he wanted to be was somebody, and now he's dismembered.
Forget the movies. These are the real wise guys telling real stories.
In the bar, there was a jar hanging from the ceiling with a finger in it.
There was nothing they wouldn't do.
Tie him to the bumper and just drag him.
Mafia empires are crumbling because they talk.
You're only alive, my friend, because that wife walked in.
Keep talking.
These are the secrets that could get them killed.
Bang, bang, bang. We whacked the guy.
As they can only be told on HBO. America Undercover, Mob Stories. Premieres Tuesday night at 10 on HBO. HBO is going to help you get ready for the Academy Awards with predictions, a behind-the-scenes look at the nominees, and a viewer's guide to catching all of the glamour and excitement at home. Watch the Academy Awards, an HBO Entertainment News Special Edition. Premieres Tuesday, March 16th on HBO.
Remember, you're a witness.
The setting for Under Suspicion is Brighton, England, 1959. Liam Neeson plays a private detective who sets up fake adultery cases with incriminating photographs so that his clients can get divorces. It's a profitable scam until the person he shoots on film has already been shot.
Did you see who it was?
I know exactly who it was.
She's a liar! She's making it up!
The detective's wife is found murdered along with a famous artist. In the resulting scandal, suspicion falls on the detective and the 2 women closest to the artist. The artist's wife, played by Alfonsia Emanuel.
He changes his will so that she gets everything, and that same day he's murdered.
And the artist's mistress, Angeline, played by Laura San Giacomo.
I can't help you, I'm afraid.
I haven't asked you anything yet.
The detective's efforts to unravel the mystery become complicated when he finds himself enmeshed in a passionate affair with Angeline. Both Neeson and director-writer Simon Moore say they wanted to capture the mood of the private detective movies of the 40s and 50s, as well as more recent productions.
In this day and age, when there's so many classic films of that genre that have been made since like the 30s, you know, Hitchcock and all the rest, and then more recently, films like Body Heat, say, or Jagged Edge. And this one has... certainly in script form, holds its own with any of those films, you know?
Good day, Mr. Aaron.
Well, it's not a good day. Not for either of us.
It's a very classic relationship between a private detective and an extremely mysterious, rootless woman.
You hated him, didn't you?
Why do you say that? He was an amazing man. He was the most powerful man I ever met. I didn't mean to stay with him. Things just got out of hand.
Moore says he cast San Giacomo in the film on the strength of her performance in Sex, Lies, and Videotape, the 1989 winner of the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. Giacomo once again brings an independent, sexually charged character to the screen, but she points out the character is sexy, but not sexually aggressive.
Sexuality is part of this story, and it's part of a lot of stories. So I don't think I really see them that way. I see them more as, I mean, if there's anything that ties them together for me, it's that they speak their minds, for better or for worse. But that is just, sexuality is just one aspect of their lives and how they deal with people. So I don't focus on that when I figure out what I'm going to do with this person.
What San Giacomo does with her character is provide elements of mystery and, of course, romance. Just as she did in Sex, Lies, and Videotape, San Giacomo once again finds herself in a steamy lovemaking scene. But she says what comes across as passion on screen is always a calm, well-choreographed performance.
I just find the best, well, what seems to be okay. An okay way to handle it is just to be as calm and as unnervous as you can and just find the essence of the scene, just like any other scene. What is the essence of this relationship? What is the essence of this aspect of the relationship? It's just as important as anything else. And just calmly choreograph it like a dance.
San Giacomo took an interest in acting at an early age, but says she wasn't really determined to make a career of it until one particular film changed her life in 1978.
Deer Hunter was really a turning point for me. It was sort of like there were movies up till then, and then there was the Deer Hunter, and that was different. That came at a point in my life when I was starting to do plays, so I was starting to know what acting was about, and that so I sort of turned a corner with that and said, this is work, this is what people do. They want to tell stories. And I said, okay, I want to do this.
Not only has San Giacomo come a long way since the days she dreamed of becoming an actress, she ironically finds herself in a film that reminds her of one of her pre-acting jobs. It so happens that Giacomo, who plays mistress to a painter, was once a guard at an art museum in New York.
I would get to spend, you know, 6 or 8 hours with like 4 pieces of art all day long and just kind of sit there and write or read and be around this artwork and kind of just explore it and think, what was this artist thinking? What were they trying to, you know, what is the essence of this piece? What are they trying to get across? Sort of break it down like I would a character or script or something.
The actress, who loves impressionist art, says her own impression of Under Suspicion is that it's a film that can't miss with people who love a good mystery.
Why don't you go down to the cellar and choose wine?
It's late. I know nothing about wine.
Then choose a bottle with a pretty label.
Next on HBO. What happens when a psychiatrist involved with his patient's sister becomes entangled in murder? Just you wait. Richard Gere and Kim Basinger star in Final Analysis. Next on HBO.